So Williams with an S just loaded me up. It's looks like boiled yucca that's mashed. Like you'd put rice down and then some coconut milk spiced something. He tried to offer me the pig feet and I was like, nah, can't do it. Not interested. Besides, too heavy on my stomach to be eating food like that. And then talking about diving. So they have motorcycles, they have these little carts and these little narrow trucks, because these streets are probably about maybe 12 feet wide, if that. And so if you've got motorcycles parked on the side or one of these carts or trucks, there's like one little narrow lane. The streets are literally wide enough for 2 four-wheelers to go down at the same time. And so people ride these motorcycles. I've seen couples with their children. I saw a mother look like she was nursing the baby across her lap. I've seen children with their plates eating on the back of these motorcycles. They have these little taxis like this one coming right here. And today I saw one with 6 people inside of it. I mean, they were jammed in. And I have my own experience with them coming off the ferry, where it was 4 of us and our luggage in this little bitty narrow cart that is almost like a motorcycle chassis with a little carry-on basket. But my hotel is about maybe a 5-minute walk down to the corner, where I just found Williams and truly had an entertainment with the old men standing there. So I'm headed back up to my room. I'll probably sit on the deck by the patio and eat. The breeze feels really good out here, but I mean the motion is constant. I felt very safe while being out here. There's not been a time that I felt uncomfortable. I did a lot of walking around the island today, even up into the residential areas, and I passed by a restaurant that had a huge starfruit tree out front, and I really wanted some of the starfruit, and so I went up and asked the guy, like, can I buy some from you? And he just like picked a couple of them off the tree and handed them to me. So if I get time in between diving, I will definitely be making some more friends, because I've seen jackfruit trees. There's a mango tree I've been eyeing that's like 40 feet tall, like literally. There's another fruit. I think the guy told me they were maybe quince. That's not a fruit that I'm familiar with, but I've heard of it. And then there's several other kinds of fruit trees that I just can't identify what the fruits are. So I'm hoping that in some of my exploration, I pass by somebody that's in their yard that I can say, hey, like, what is that? And could I have some? So I'm going up on along this main street, which is like a highway. There's a whole bunch of little restaurants. Like that's a little restaurant that happens to be closed, but there's a bunch of shops of all kind, and they each have all kind of different little things in them. So the nightlife is real. And so as you see here, like these motorcycles are parked and everything, and like this blocks off the street, so it's down to about 1 lane. I think she's got fried chicken. Like this country, or at least the areas I've been to, have been really heavy meat-eating countries. Like everything is meat, which is really surprising to me. I did find a breakfast spot this morning that had like fresh bowls and, you know, chia and fresh fruit and things like that. And I saw that they were offering some more plant-based kinds of foods after this afternoon, but most of the restaurants have been like, it's meat or meat. And that just surprised me. I would have anticipated seeing more fresh fruit. This is really cool. Like the past couple of nights that I've been here, around a little before dark, they come out, they string up lights, and they put up chairs, and like I think it's a church. I'm pretty sure it's a church. And they come out with speakers, and like there's a nice crowd of people. There's probably about 50 or 60 people out there. This is where I'm staying. There's also a restaurant here that, as you can see, it's mostly pizza. They have a huge brick oven, which is really cool. But you walk into this kind of garden, jungly kind of space. and signs that give you directions on where you're going to. I'm in one of the dormitories up at the end. Quite a few of the people that come into the dive center that I'm going to stay here because their package includes not only your PADI certification, but also your lodging, which is an extremely good deal. When I looked at doing my scuba certification at home, it was going to cost me a little more than twice what it cost me here. And so it ended up, there's the restaurant that's here at the resort. But the price of the certification and my ticket and my lodging has actually come out to be a little bit cheaper than actually going and doing it at home. So this is our patio courtyard around the dormitories. It's like a 2-story set of dormitories with rooms going around the corridor. And there's a pool and a hot tub and benches and just a really kind of cozy little spot that's not too far. Most things that I have found are relatively close. This is a small island. So I have literally walked. I was worried that maybe I need to get a taxi or what have you, but everything's pretty much within walking distance. I did quite a bit of walking and exploring today, so I'm exhausted because it is hot. It's in the 80s, but it's got a heat index somewhere around low 90s, so not much cooler than home. The only thing is there's a much stronger breeze that's pretty consistent here, but it's beautiful. The lushness. This morning I came out right at daybreak, and the hummingbirds were just all over the place. There's, I don't know if you can see them, but bushes and things that go all the way up to the 2nd story. But what really is intriguing to me is right behind this building, which is 2 stories high, there's a mango tree that goes at least 20 feet higher than that is loaded with mangoes. And so I looked because I can see where it's at from my room. My room is up there, and it's a fenced yard. So there's a private residence behind the hotel, but it's loaded, and they're falling on the ground. So again, I've got enough time probably while I'm here to go make some friends, because I want to see if I can wrangle up some mangoes. Definitely want to see if I can wrangle up a jackfruit and some of these other fruits that I see that are not familiar to me. So we'll see how that goes. Today, the star fruit was an absolute win. And, just the idea of him being willing to share. And, I was so grateful for that. So, and my food, I am, so hungry. I think I did not eat enough food today in between just everything, that I'm, really excited about this. So I'm going to eat and then take myself to bed because we have class starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. All right.